I'm getting my day started with. Yesterday was Kentucky. Awesome tech center, and this Indianapolis, or it's Indiana. Awesome education here. This is Carl. You're with a different school, not this one.
Yes, I'm with Heritage Hills North Spencer County School Corporation.
But you're going to show me. This is like we're just walking in, going, okay, we'll see what's around here. So we're going to get a tour of. This is a pretty awesome tech center.
Yes, it is.
So we'll just follow you around.
Are you guys in trouble?
Do you know your social security?
No.
Okay.
So we have our, it's a downdraft bake-on. And it's, I mean, it's tough with 26 kids to keep it clean, but, you know, we make sure we get it all cleaned up.
So what was your name again?
John Snyder.
John, I'm Bob. And we're talking about painting a car at the Bar College next year. What is the name of the school here?
This is Southern Indiana Career Tech Center.
Southern Indiana Career Tech Center, and I am amazed so far. Look at this. This is just the body shop section.
Yeah, we're dirty, but
And
we got
you're-
26 kids.
You are obviously a tech guy first and not a teacher. Have you got body experience? Or you learned all this as a teacher?
No, I grew up in it with my father in their shop, my uncle's shop. Yeah. I'm a little older than you think I am, probably.
So you went by, first thing, you heard the DA going, you're going, that thing's going too fast.
Well, yeah. Well,
All you did was walk by, you heard the DA going, it's going too fast. So we were talking about senses, see, feel, hear. It's all about, and you can tell, the machine's working or that thing's buzzing over it.
oh, yeah, he was cute. Yeah, you learn your kids too. I mean, he always runs there a little fast. So.
You don't learn that in a book.
No, they don't. We're mostly hands-on. We do book work, but we do a lot of projects. So.
I talked to a couple of your students on the way down the big long hallway. One of the questions, what's the proportion class to getting your dirty hands? They're pretty excited about being in the shop most of the time.
Right.
I'm trying to get my confidence level high because I don't like to fail.
Well,
And this is going to be a giveaway car that's going to have to go across the 1 o'clock is your award
1 o'clock
ceremony.
Sunday afternoon.
So we're
Some
starting
lucky
with.
participant of the 50th year Frog College will win this car.
So we'll have to bring it back Saturday morning.
okay, as long as coordinate that with Mr. Williams, because I cannot get in on the weekends or anything. They have an alarm.
I have.
I'm sure you guys have.
Yeah, he's already on board with
Between
that.
Mr. Williams and Mr. Overfield, we can sure make contact.
On a personal level, is that something you're hate to dump something on somebody to
Can you build a car?
well to paint to wet sand paint and kind of
I just have to have the right students. I mean, you obviously out of 26, not everyone.
no you'll have 2 or 3 maybe
Probably 2. Yeah.
2.
If I get more than 3.
It'd be your current juniors you would use next year as your seniors.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm fine-tuned mine. I already got mine fine-tuned because I have sophomores.
Oh,
So I already got sophomores. When I talked to them about this in Indianapolis at the Skills USA state competition, they were fired up.
yeah. No, I think it'd be a great thing. Yeah. Be good for everybody.
Yeah, we good.
Good for the school, good for the tech center, good for the community.
Good for the industry.
Good for the industry. I need people.
They're starving for people.
Well, it's crazy. I need people today, skilled and quality. And I got to go to this level and drive 700 miles to get excited with educating. And I'm not even calling you an educator. You're a craftsman who's educating the next generation. But that's my only hope is people really going when I'm not here.
It is.
It
And
is.
I will be honest with you. A lot of, like I have the 26, and 2 of the 26 is my kids. So it's just a ratio
But
out of here.
that's fine.
2 more than they had.
That's fine. If they got cognitive thinking abilities, they know how to work their hands, they figure out what they want to do, and get some skill sets, work ethic. What more do you want? Only the productive young tax-paying citizens.
That's all we can do.
That's all we want to do. So you have about how many students in your classroom?
I have 26 in this class.
In this class, do you have 1 class, 2
2
classes?
classes.
So you'll have about
I
another
got 26 and 18 seniors.
Okay, so out of all those students, how many are going to actually go into the industry? You think?
The over the years, I usually have 2 that go and stay. But now there's more that go on internship. There'll be 12 or 14 go on internship, but 2 usually stay in there.
So you get 2 stay. So if you go in as an apprentice, you got any follow up with any of your students? Are you like a mentor to your students? Like
Yes,
stay your buddy for
they
like?
keep in touch.
They keep, yeah.
Yes, they do.
So what's like a success rate of somebody that goes into the industry? You got anybody?
I do. I have a student about 5 years ago that graduated out of the class, and he went to work in a shop, and he texted me that he went to base pay commission, and he texted me just this summer, said he cracked $100,000 salary.
So you're
4
saying
days
a
week.
student with no college paper,
Right.
out of he's got a diploma from the tech school and whatever you give here.
Yes.
5 years in, so he's not an apprentice anymore. 5 years,
No.
he's a journeyman.
True.
Is making $100,000 plus and probably got insurance and things like that.
Yes. 401ks, and yeah, he's got the whole package. Good kid.
Working as you're not bodyman anymore. You're collision.
He's a collision
You're
technician.
technicians.
He's a
Yeah,
collision
it's a different
technician.
world.
Not doing any painting because they other painters, but he repairs, disassembles, reassembles.
And he's a probably sought after employee. I mean,
Yes,
he would be
could.
stolen by another company.
He very well could. Or I retired, he could take my place.
Well,
Seriously.
if
And
public
he's-
education would get the concept of we need technicians to teach technical skills,
Yes.
and we can teach the teaching skill on top of that.
He's a good kid. He's done real well.
Well, good. That's exciting to hear.
And I have
So
others.
if you're a young person hearing that, you get your hands dirty, it's not a bad thing.
And I have others that keep in touch. I've got a pretty good report with my past students and my going out students.
Good. Well,
Great industry.
you assured me next year you're going to get a car painted overnight from Friday night, and we're going to take it back to the Frog Follies on Saturday and build it.
Even if I have to drag my daughter in here.
All right.
She grew up in it with us.
That is a commitment I like.
Yeah.
Deal. All right.
All right,
Thank you.
All righty.
So you never know what's going to happen. I'm in the body shop now. We're going to go through this magic door. Oh my gosh, look at this. So this is, I'm not sure what this is. I'm going to get introduced to a new, it looks like it's virtual gaming. Are we virtual gaming over here?
Absolutely.
All right. At least I get an answer. You got it going on.
I'm replacing the drum shoes.
You're replacing drum shoes?
Yeah.
Awesome. On a big truck?
No, it's on a Altima or something.
Oh, so that's easy. You don't have to worry about dropping it on your foot then.
Absolutely.
That big truck stuff, man. Oh. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Let's narrow this down. So you're the instructor of, what is your general, what do you instruct?
So my classes, so this is all automotive service. So dual teacher class. So my area that I teach here is, for the morning class, is steering, suspension, and alignments.
Perfect. Okay.
And then for my afternoon class, I teach engine mechanical. So we do an engine. We'll take you back to the engine lab here in a second. So we just got Toyota 2 GRFEs torn all the way down to the blocks, and so they're just learning about the 4-stroke cycle, what all the components are. And so we're going to be measuring cylinders, we're measuring pistons, fitting rings, because kids always break the cooler rings, so we have to refit rings in there. So that's what my afternoon class does. And then
This is awesome to see.
yeah.
I mean, they're all engaged. They're
Yeah.
all doing this. You know, you're not a teacher first. You're an industry guy first.
That's what I tell the teacher. I didn't go to school to be a teacher. I came from Lexus. So I was a Lexus master mechanic, and I came from Lexus, worked there. I worked a couple years underground. I didn't go to school to be a teacher. Chris didn't go to school to be a teacher. Most of the teachers in this building didn't go to school.
You
I
just
came.
teach.
Yep.
You're
Yeah.
a master of your
Yeah.
craft, and then you teach it.
Yeah. So this is our engine. This is where we do our engine disassembly and measuring.
Oh wow! Look at this.
So we have our measurement tools over here. So we got micrometers, which we haven't gone even over measuring micrometers yet. So what I like to do is come back, have the kids, we go through it, we tear the engine down together, step by step, bolt by bolt, we tear it all the way down. And now we're just getting into the lesson. So we're talking about 4-stroke cycle, the engine bottom end, and then once we get through the engine bottom end lesson, we're going to do a micrometer lesson. I'm going to make everybody measure with micrometers.
The good folks over at the frog follies, convinced me to come back out for one last hurrah.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, if we're going to do this, we're going to do the impossible.
Yeah.
So we want to build a car in 2.5 days. So you're a suspension guy, and you're a motor guy. Putting together a 37 to 41 Ford Spindo with coilover shocks on the back and a thing.
Yeah, that should be, I mean, shouldn't be an issue, so we should be able to get it done in a couple
So
of
you
weeks.
guys can build us a chassis on Friday and have it ready.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully, we're going to run this across the finish line and give it to somebody on Sunday afternoon.
Well, we'll be there as long as we need to be there to get it done.
Oh, that's an attitude I like.
Yeah.
Get it done. So what about the motor now? Can we build a motor at the show?
So my thing is, it just depends on how much you want the students to do versus us doing.
I want the students to do everything.
Yeah, so it's going to be better if we, and I thought Carl was saying that Jasper was donating an engine.
Right.
It would be better if an engine was already assembled, ready to go.
Okay, what about dressing it up at the show?
Yeah, I mean, we can do that, but as far as the engine bottom end, the head's already on it. You're talking about just like intake on and carburetor on it, right? So,
I'm listening more than saying.
Okay.
I want you to do the impossible.
Okay.
But I want it to be accomplished.
yeah, so again, the students that we have, again, are just very inexperienced. They didn't, again, a lot of my students right now, this is their first area that they've not even held a tool in their hand yet. So we just started getting into lifts, so.
But how pumped would they be if we go to the show and build a car in 2.5 days?
Oh, they would love
and they
it.
go
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's absolutely, but I think things like the engine probably needs to be already assembled.
Okay, so
and we
we'll
can drop
have
it
the
in there.
engine painted.
Yeah.
A long block.
Yeah.
Painted, ready to go. And then it shouldn't be a problem. How long do you think? A couple, 3 hours with the students to put cool valve covers on it and dress it
Yeah.
up a little bit
Yeah.
and put the plugs in and run the wire.
It all depends on how many students are going to be out there too, right? And so are you going to have, like, I know we'll need a tool list. Are you going to have, so if we have a lot of people out there, we'll all see kind of probably.
Well, we need coordinated teams.
Yeah, exactly.
Of the right
like,
amount of people
yeah,
that have the right skills.
All right, you're going to work on this. You're going to work on this.
Exactly.
And kind of have almost a flow chart of it needs to go in this order,
Exactly.
this order, and this order.
Exactly.
If we have that, it's going to make it a lot easier and a lot more
And as
successful.
instructors, I would like us to just, here's the flow chart,
Yeah.
here's what we need to accomplish, here's the mission, here's the goals for
Yeah.
the lesson, whatever it is.
Absolutely. But my students will have steering, suspension, and alignment this year. So we do quite a bit of suspension repairing here. So as far as assembly, they should be capable of doing it.
I can get you
especially
some
with-
assembly drawings and maybe
Yeah.
a video or two and show you what, it's pretty,
Yeah.
we're not reinventing any wheel.
Yeah, no.
It's been
Yeah.
around. So,
No, we're excited about it. So
well, good,
Yeah.
good. Now, I didn't know where my commitment level was.
Yeah.
In Arkansas, we're 47th in the country for a reason, it looks like, and in a country that's not exactly known for the best education.
yeah,
This is like a bright spot.
yeah.
For me to see what you got going on
Yeah.
here.
It's crazy that the facility. Have you been around the rest of the building
No,
yet?
this
or-
is
Okay.
station 2.
Okay.
I opened a new door and it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
I had no clue this was behind the door
Yeah.
over here.
So they pretty much spared no expense in pretty much every class in the building. So next door, there's a diesel classroom as well. You'll be impressed by that. And then our precision machine shop, our welding shop. So
Well, I asked the folks in the body shop. So you'll have how many students you have? 40, 50?
we have 48 right now. so
48.
yeah.
How many will wind up in the industry, do you think?
It's a pretty low percentage, really. So 48 in the morning, and then we have 30 in the afternoon.
Okay.
So we do take, I always make a mistake about calling this the junior class. It's actually Automotive Service 1. But we have 5 seniors in here, but most of them are juniors, and they're going to come back next year for Automotive Service 2. All my afternoon is seniors, but we do take some seniors in the morning. So that's why the afternoon is usually lower numbers.
Do you think 3 or 4 maybe will go into the industry?
I'd say probably 10% or so.
10%?
Yeah.
Well, that's a pretty good ratio.
Yeah.
And plus they get the hands-on skills.
Yeah.
If you got cognitive thinking, that's
And
good.
what I always tell all the students when they start in this program anyway, if you get in here and realize this isn't for me, like the entire school is here, find something you love to do.
Exactly.
Right?
I
So if you
was
get
telling
here-
this story the other day. There's an old saying, train up a child in the way they should go. When they're old, they won't depart from it. I don't believe that means I should brainwash a kid to believe the way
Yeah.
I want them to believe. No, they've been created with a certain set of skills.
Yeah.
If they can find those and we can help them develop those, that's who you are.
Yeah.
That's what you do. That's
Yeah.
what you love. It's not a job. It's like, that's who I am.
Yeah. So if you find something that you love doing, then you're going to be happier in life. So I mean, they're in high school. They don't necessarily know what they're going to do. I know. So I was the teacher that was formerly here. I had him in high school, but it was at the Old North High School. I was going to go to U of E for engineering, and I got in his class and just realized I loved this field. So I talked with my parents about going to UTI, and they're like, well, if you can get any scholarships. And just from this program, I was able to get really high score on the entrance exam and got a free ride to UTI.
We do a lot of work with UTI.
So that's where I graduated from. And I mean,
so if your student goes out of here, goes say apprentice in the industry, what can they expect for a job, money-wise?
So we always tell students like that.
Do you follow up? Are you a good mentor? Do you have students that are still calling you and hanging out?
Yeah. So I still have a lot of my former students on social media are staying in, and I still get calls, especially about Twitter and Lex, like, hey, I got this coming in. Have you ever seen that? Yeah. Especially the ones that stay in the industry.
So the ones that stay in, are they happy? Oh, this is a career. Thanks.
Yeah, because they enjoy working on it.
Make a good living.
Yeah, but I always tell students it's like anything else. I mean, the harder you work in the automotive field, you're going to make more money because you're flat rate. So if you're not willing to work, then you're not going to make any money. So
you get what you put in.
So it's all depending on the student. So are they willing to put in the work? But the ones that are, so.
You're excited, motivated. Did you take and I'm talking too much about money.
No.
Did you take a pay cut to leave industry to come to education?
A big pay cut.
You took a big pay cut
to
invest in the next generation.
Say probably.
Thank you for that.
Probably $40,000 or $50,000 a year. Now, that being said, I also own a business outside of here, so being a school teacher, the time I have off, I can spend doing that as well. So, my business has grown. So I took a pay cut there.
A good teacher is a calling. Yeah. You're going to teach somebody something somewhere somehow, whether you get paid or not. Yeah. Or it could be you could be an employee here and you're here for a paycheck and a pension. And it's that way in every industry.
So my business is I used to be a fighter whenever I was younger as well. So I own
MMA.
Yeah. So
I'm glad you didn't crush them.
So I own an MMA gym, and I've got one guy that was in the UFC. We have 3 guys that were formerly in the UFC, and I've got some up-and-coming fighters. So I teach here, I go teach there, and then I also have a couple of German Shepherds. So I'm always training them because they do some bite dogs.
You are the perfect. You can keep control of the classroom. These kids can get out of control. We're at the school this morning. I feel real good about it. These kids are going to build a car, and we're going to build it.
It's going to get done.
We're going to build it right here, right?
We got plenty of.
Right in this area.
So features to back it up. So.
You're not going to be popular next year when they don't have shade to sit in there.
Well, we'll just relocate them.
We're going to relocate them.
Yeah.
And it's not my fault. So you're hearing it here first. These are the 2 responsible for no shade for you next year. But this looks like the main drag. Look at this. Now, how cool is that? But this is the main drag.
Yep,
I guess.
Loop going around.
So we'll be right in the middle of the action.
You're in the middle.
Pressure will be on. We need to make it happen. Yeah. So what? Lemonade over here. I got my lemonade.
That's all right.
We're good to go.
Drinks and food.
What's in there? I see a lot of people going in there.
More food.
More food.
Food here, food there. Pork chops back behind us.
All right. Well, cool.
You can't find it here. You aren't going to find it.
So I feel real good. At the school, they were on board. It's happening over there.
Yeah, they're excited.
So we're going to be able to build a car, and it ain't going to be us old guys. It's going to be some excitement for the next generation, I think.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we are looking forward to it.
You just talked to one of the employers early that has one of my students working for him. He'll be out here working too. So I actually forgot about Tanner. He'll be here.
We may have to say, okay, you're doing it in shifts. You can't. Well, and we do want to. So we're going to try to schedule it as a seminar. And we've been talking about that, so if we're going to work on the breaks between this time and this time, and we'll try to break it down that way. So put it on your calendar right now. What's the date for next year? Same weekend?
Same weekend.
It's always a weekend prior to Labor Day.
The weekend prior to Labor Day, 2025, 50th anniversary. It's Spirit Car's 30th anniversary. I've been walking around the show. This is the friendliest people here. And you focus on making it friendly and just awesome for any participant.
It's all about the rodders.
It's all
about
it
the
is.
rodders and making it family friendly.
Making a family friendly event.
Because the rodders bring their kids, bring their grandkids.
Try to make it economical for that
I have
you
members
do.
of the car club that used to be kids that played my activity games.
Wow.
Yes. Matter of fact, he is our rod run chairman this year.
Wow, that's awesome.
Right.
So I kind of added to the theme for next year's build. We were over at A+. So it's about passing it to the next generation. We'll have to come up with something catchy, but they talked about safety. That's a big issue. We need to build a safe car next year and really focus on that. It's fun to be pretty
Yeah, we definitely want it to be user friendly and safe.
and safe. So we need to, I think, focus in stressing that as we build next year.
Because Hoover and Wentz's car will be driving hopefully a lot of miles with it.
Yeah,
So they'll turn key, take off Sunday of next year.
and ready to drive home when they
Yeah.
pick it up Sunday
Yes.
afternoon. Building a car in 2.5 days.
That's the plan.
I said if we're going to do something, we're going to do something impossible.
Yeah. If it's not safe, it's not leaving.
Correct.
That wasn't. He did.
So it would be safe.
The way you said
Cover
that.
everybody.
The way you said that. Okay, I won't question that. That's a done deal.
You might want to edit that out.
No, that's in there. No, so that's the priority. So I'm excited. Thanks for having us. Thanks for inviting us. I'm
Thanks for coming down.
honored. So this is good.
Good coming.
Very good.